Sawyer, how did you get strong while losing 30 pounds? And this is how I'm going to tell you.
Oh, did you cry when I found you in the night? Staying up till 5 a.m. Talking you into your fears. Woke up in a burning home. Blame myself, I should have known. Still no place, sealed our fate, buried in the catacombs. Setting fire to the life we made. Such a fucking waste of time. Said you love me till my heart decays. Guess my darling changed her mind. She talks my heart online. Too afraid to find that you changed your mind from sleepless nights. Was I part of your design? Until I broke alone, no one heard my heart explode. It's a suicide dive, just knowing you're dying, pushing everything you know. Setting fire to the life we made. Such a fucking waste of time. Said you love me till my heart decays. Guess my darling changed her mind. And talks my heart online. Darks my heart online.
So we just finished up at the gym. Great session overall. Didn't really do any posing just because I was in a rush to go to In-N-Out. So we just got to In-N-Out. It's a refeed day. I feel great. I'm at an all-time low. It actually messed me up where I weighed myself and I almost thought I was heavier than what I was. For some reason, it must be the depleted carbs in my system. Ooh. So I weighed in at 211.8, which is great. It's great. We're on track for the shoot. I look the best I've ever looked in my life, and I am surprisingly strong for what my weight is compared to, you know, whenever I was this weight last. But at the same time, it's been years since I've been at this weight. So if I was as weak as I was when I was like 17 at this weight, if I just like lost all that strength just to go back to like 17-year-old Sawyer Klatt strength, I would have been pretty pissed off and probably stopped the cut and just went back to bulking because it just would have been so depressing. But that didn't happen. Still relatively strong, and that is going to be a good portion why I'm talking to you guys. I've had a lot of questions about, like, Sawyer, how did you maintain or keep or even progress your strength while in a cut? I've lost over 30 pounds. Most of it probably fat. I don't even want to say it was muscle. I don't even feel like it was ever muscle. Maybe it was a little bit of muscle, but you guys can't tell because I'm shredded to the bone. Hi.
How you doing?
Good. Can I get 2 double doubles with onion? Yeah. So it's a fair question, and I wanted to make it more of a designated YouTube video. So once I get my food, we'll have a little sit down one-on-one chat on how I was able to do this, because honestly, it gets weird. Anytime I see somebody in the fitness industry that's relatively strong and then they go on a cut and then they lose all their strength, it gets weird for me. I get a little fishy feeling in my brain being like, the fuck, right? The only time I can make sense of it is like, oh, if you're injured, that makes sense. Now, I don't ever recommend going on a cut if you're injured. I don't recommend it. I don't care if somebody's like, oh yeah, but think about, you know, all that inflammation in your joints and all that. Like, most people, I'm gonna tell you, you guys probably don't have a lot of chronic inflammation where you need to be cutting. You guys probably are, just take a look in the mirror. If you got abs, if you still got, let's say you had a 6-pack and you got a 4-pack, you don't need a cut. If you have like a 2-pack left, you can still see those top abs, you probably don't need a cut, and you're injured. Rehab that shit, eat a lot of food, lots of protein. I'm talking lots. I'm not talking about that, 1 gram per pound. I'm talking like 1.2, 1.4, 1.5, fuck, even 2 grams of protein per pound of water. Like, just up the protein. Make sure you're getting that protein in, because it's like, you're injured. You need it. The other thing is, get in your walks, get in your mobility. Not like some static stretching, like some mobility, you know? Get in movements. Now, this isn't supposed to be the topic of the video, of me yelling at you guys about, oh, hey, if you're injured, don't go on a cut. That's not what the topic of the video is. So to reel it back in, Sawyer, how did you get strong while losing 30 pounds? And this is how I'm going to tell you. First off, I need to eat a burger. I'm hungry. Wow. I wish you guys could eat this, or even experience what I'm feeling. Heartburn. So, okay, sorry guys. I just had to get that 1 burger down, or else I was just going to pass out. How did I maintain, get stronger, minimize weakness being on this cut? Now, for you guys who don't know, I weighed 250 pounds, photo right here. I am currently 211.8 pounds, scale right there. Physique, right there. Let's compare the two, wherever I'm going to put it. Looks so much better. So much better. Now, do I feel better? Hard to say, right? So many people be like, oh, I feel amazing. I feel like this. There's a pro to con on this, always. Maybe mine is more severe because I'm naturally just stronger, right, than a lot of people. So the high to low ratio is probably more than some people if they were to, cut to then be at their peak strength. Now, what I mean by that is when I was squatting 750 pounds, when I was benching 430, repping 375 for easy, reps, when I was deadlifting 860, repping 800 pounds on deadlifts, I felt invincible. I honestly probably felt like I could go and try out for Division I football and probably make the team. And maybe I could have. Maybe, I don't know. I just felt invincible. I felt like if anything hit me, if a car hit me, if a truck hit me, I just would take it. And I had so much tissue on my body. It was nice. It felt what I assume steroids feel like. Now, did I look the best? No. Was I a little more tired than normal? Yeah. Was I a little slower than normal? Yeah. But for how strong I was and how I just had so much water in the joints and I just felt so strong. It didn't matter. Like, even the confidence level probably was still pretty high. Not because I was not the best looking, because I was so filled out. I'm definitely better looking now, but the confidence of just feeling like, oh, I'm just so strong, not like anything could fuck with me except like a bullet to my head. Now, how did I maintain somewhat my strength? I didn't. I lost strength, guys. I don't know who's been putting these rumors out that I am gaining strength. I hit maybe like 1 PR, maybe 2 PRs, but they're not even like my highest strength ratio PR. And what I mean by that is, like, I hit maybe a rep PR with 705 or something. But the whole reason why I was able to maybe hit that while I'm in this like somewhat deficit, or when I wasn't in the complete deficit, now I'm totally in a deficit where I feel like crap more than ever, squats, bench, deadlift, was because I wasn't being taxed as much on my singles, right? So if we ever looked at when I pulled my 860, my 848s and whatnot, those are heavier weights, closer to my 1 rep max, or are my 1 rep maxes. So then when I went down to my back downs, my body is more fried, and I'm not going to be able to hit those rep PRs. I can get close, but I can't really maximize it. On top of it, me being heavier body weight, my leverages, and this is where I'm talking about deadlifts, are better now that I've lost the weights in some regard, in terms of like a positional standpoint, being able to be a little more upright, but also a little weaker where my stability, my core, because I have lost this tummy, is weaker. So I'm a little more shaky. If I'm a little too aggressive with the bar, I'm going to get yanked down. I have to be more methodical, and I have to approach my pulling and training just a little bit. Same thing with squats, right? I can't bounce out of the hole as good as I used to because I don't have that tummy. I don't have that much fat around my knees, all that water retention. My knees are actually like hurt more than I'm used to on a day-to-day training, but it doesn't compare to when I did my 750. After I did my 750, like the first week after, my knees just felt like crap, but that's because I hit like a big PR. That's expected. So I didn't really gain any strength. I actually lost strength. Now, how did I do that? Well, number one, okay, I stuck to the program. I've always been on a program. I stuck to the program as best as possible. Maybe I did that bench workout with David, missed an SBD. Okay, right? But for the last 4 months of my training, I didn't bullshit anything. I didn't go off of my program. I might have had to lower the volume to minimize risk of injury or minimize fatigue. That's okay. And I have to make executive decisions on that, right? Because at the end of the day, following the program to the best of the ability is great, but also trying to stay injury-free is the best solution, right? If you want to follow the program but then get injured, that's 10 steps backwards. So it's just being able to keep those together. So I stuck to my program, and I highly recommend everybody who's in the strength aspect or even a hypertrophy bodybuilding aspect be on a program. we got to get away from this people who just like go into the gym and just BS things. That's how you make BS progress. That's how you make progress that doesn't go anywhere. You might make a little bit, but you're losing so much gains on the table. And you also aren't understanding your body. So if you get injured, you don't know what the fuck is going on because you don't even know how your training is. So follow the program. That's what I'm doing. Then secondly is we had it, and when I say we, I mean my diet coach, and that my strength coach is now opening up a diet service, but I had it, this was before he did that. So my friend Dom, he's been coaching me for nutrition, and this is what we did in terms of a nutritional standpoint for my training. We had my majority of my carbs pre, intra, and post workout. Now the higher proteins and whatnot are my last meal of the day. And those are my higher protein, higher fat, low carbs. And that's the same thing with more of my my morning meal. Even though I get my oats in the morning, it's not like a heavy carb compared to my three main ones, right? Where it's my cream of rice, my calorie juice that I still drink. I've kept that in my training. I've preached about this. I need personally to have this calorie juice. You can go to Walmart, it's frozen juice, concentrated. You can get easy like 470 calories. I drink the frozen lemonade ones. It's so good. And it helps me where I feel I can go longer. I don't get lightheaded. My blood sugar isn't getting dropped because of how long my workouts are. So I did that. And then my post-workout meal is usually my turkey, but majority of my rice, because I don't get rice my second meal of the day. So what is that? Third meal is cream of rice, intra-workout carbs. You could count that as a fourth. Fifth meal is then the turkey and rice. So high amounts of rice on that. And then after that, I get my yogurts and whatnot, which are low carbs. Now, summarize, kept my carbs pre, intra, and post high, fats and protein majority, beginning and end of the day. So that's what I've been doing. On top of it, we did an aggressive cut. Now, you don't typically want to do an aggressive cut, being honest, but the time frame of this shoot actually got pushed back. So we were able to kind of minimize how aggressive we were going. We were going super aggressive in the first, I would like to say 8 weeks. And there's been studies where you can do that if you're at a significant body weight. I was. Looking back at when I was 250 pounds, I was pushing the boundaries. I was chunky. I was looking pretty fat, okay? If you guys are, still in that six-pack shredded era, you don't need to do that. It's stupid. Don't do that. Now, if you're in that bulking phases where you're like, all right, you've pushed the boundaries, you are fluffy, an aggressive cut can be a good approach. Now, longer, I will always say, is probably better. And I just had to do this because it was off of a time frame standpoint. Couldn't make it absolutely perfect, but I tried making the circumstances as best as I could. So time frame, we went super aggressive in the first 8 weeks, and then things got a little pushed back. So then now we're probably in maybe 4, 11, we're probably 10-ish to 12 weeks now into the cut. I would have to look at the dates. So we've been cutting for a good amount of time, and some people, even natural bodybuilding, would go maybe 3 or 4 months before they step on stage. Now, I'm not trying to get bodybuilding competition shredded. I just wanted to be good enough where I looked good for photos, 6-pack abs, all that. Now, I think we've achieved that. I don't think I want to go any lower. If I do, at that point, I might as well step on a stage. I don't know if I want to do that now because that's going to really actually take out of my strength training. Right now, I'm on. So this is peak strength. This is your weak as crap, right? Weak Sawyer, peak Sawyer. I'm getting close to this. I'm not in the middle anymore. I was maybe 4 weeks ago. Now I'm getting closer to this. I can tell it. I can feel it on squats. I can feel it on especially bench press. Deadlifts, I can get away with it a little bit, but it's starting to catch up. Now, this is just the whole ordeal. This is the pill that you have to swallow when losing weight. It's like, all right, hey, I know I'm going to get weaker, but this is the caveat. This caveat. This is like, okay, I'm going to get weaker, but I'm also going to get more shredded. Now, I know, hey, I'm not going to stay weak forever. I'm not going to stay shredded forever. My strength will come back. And the approach that we're going to have it is I can't rush it. A lot of people ask me, Sawyer, like, are you going to just rush to 260? Basically crash diet. I don't want to do that. I don't want to affect my cholesterol. I don't want to have it where my blood pressure's through the roof. Technically, actually, this is almost like the healthiest I've been since I've gotten like blood work done, because I did my blood work after my tested competition to check out my my insulin levels and my cholesterol levels, and those were higher. And even the doctor that did the thing, I went through Derek's clinic. They were like, hey, you're closer to type 2 diabetic, because my morning fasted glucose levels were super high, so super sugary because I was eating a lot of sugars, a lot of high carb meals. But when I got it tested again, great, cholesterol good, blood pressure's great, right? That's great. Now, when I'm going to be going back up in weight, I don't want to just absolutely ruin this. I want to slowly get into it. On top of it, I want to slowly adapt into my leverages, just like how I was slowly downgrading into leverages, where if I were to bulk up way too fast, my feet are going to be swollen. My wrists, like everything's going to be filled with like that salt. You know what that feeling is, where everything's swollen. My fingers are going to be thicker. My feet are going to feel thicker. And then it's going to like go down, and then it's going to go up again, and then it's going to go down. I don't like having this feeling where my leverages start changing, because it takes away from my technique. If I can slowly get into that, I'll slowly adjust my techniques. Just like how when I was losing weight, I'll slowly have to change my technique, because I can't keep the same technique at 260 or 250 Sawyer and then, 210 Sawyer, because I've lost 30 pounds of leverages, 30 pounds of how I'm able to position myself on a deadlift or on a squat or even on a bench, because I'm losing leverages when I'm losing weight. So I'm not going to crash diet. I'm not going to bulk up to 250 pounds or 260 pounds in a month. I don't want to do that. And I advise you guys, don't do that. If you can get to a healthy point, slowly progress up to an unhealthy point, because that's going to make it much more healthier as much as you can. So in terms of the training, though, we've kept the training pretty much the same. We switched out one back movement on our Thursdays. We used to do like hypertrophy back workouts. It's more of a hypertrophy chest workout, just because I wanted to bring that up a little bit through these trainings. So it's like more cable flies and whatnot. And my coach, great, because it's based on communication. When you have a coach, communication's key. Being able to maximize, like, all right, hey, you're losing weight. How are you feeling fatigue-wise? How can we manage this as best as possible? And that's where it's good to look at two factors. One, where you're looking at it like analytically, where you're seeing the weights either digress. Is that the right word? The opposite of progressive, degressive, right? Degressive overload each week because you're losing weight, compared to when you're progressive overloading and you're getting better and better and better. So when you have a coach, they can look at the analytical data of like, okay, each week you're performing these exercises and this is what they're slowly going down with, as well as, keeping them up to date with your body weight. And then also your mental status of like how you're feeling. Those are all great things to do. That's what I've been doing with my coach. A little crappier now just because my training's been throwing off just a little bit with all the traveling, but that's what you're supposed to be doing, and that's what I've been doing. It's kind of helped, keep everything in check. So we kept the training for the last, 4 months pretty much the same that I've been doing the other 6 months prior to that. For the most part, we're still having our squats and bench on our Mondays. We're still having our primary pulls on deadlifts Wednesdays. We're having hypertrophy days on Thursdays, and then we're training SBDs on Saturdays. Resting Tuesdays, resting Fridays, resting Sundays. So I only train 4 days a week, and I've been doing that for when I pulled my 860 and squatted my 750. Like, these are things that are good, and I didn't need to up my training, and I didn't need to lower my training. which is great. We just had to maintain fatigue levels to the best for the most part, right? Obviously, there were days where I felt more depleted than others, and that was just because my body has to get adjusted to it, right? It has to adjust to going from feeling amazing at 250, being fully fueled on carbohydrates, to then being like, oh, right, hey, you're in a deficit. You're going to be losing body weight. But I only felt it for probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. And then I was starting to feel good for like another week and a half, 2 weeks, and then start feeling crap for like 2 weeks. And then now I feel perfectly normal. I feel normal, which it's great in terms of like cutting, but I know as soon as I'm going to bulk again, it's going to be hard because I have to slowly add in that food. And maybe the first 2 weeks, I'm going to love it, right? I'm going to love it. Oh, I'm eating more food. I'm eating more food. But you guys know it, if you guys have bulked before, if you went from a cut to a bulk, that you almost start hitting a wall. And I've had this many times from when, I've had to push the bulk further and further. When your body wants to say, hey, Sawyer, we want to keep you at 220, but you want to go up to 230. So you got to eat more and you got to push the boundaries. I know that's coming, and I'm not looking forward to it because it's hard. It's difficult, but I've done it before, and we just got to push through it, and we'll eventually get up to the 250s and possibly 260, but I don't know yet. I still have to think about it, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I kept my training the same, slowly changed my leverages to be more accustomed to whatever I can do. So deadlifts, I was able to do that. Having it where when I was super fat, we could do a little aggressive, but then we had to pull back because the time jump, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys got some kind of knowledge or something out of this, and you don't feel like I'm blabbing. But I couldn't be more happy with how I look, and I'm very happy with the structure that the package and everything that I was able to bring, especially where I'm a power lifter. I do accessory movements, but my primary goal hasn't been to have the best shape and physique ever, but to have it where that wasn't my primary goal, but everything. I'm probably 80% there. I honestly think if I pushed it, I could probably get a Natty Pro card. I was seeing some people who coach that were like showcasing their clients that got a Natty Pro card, and I'm not trying to be cocky, but I was like, damn, I feel like I look pretty good. I feel like I could maybe get a Natty Pro card. But maybe I don't know the bodybuilding federations. Maybe it's one of those things where I've talked to unnatural people, and they were like, dude, natural bodybuilding is kind of a joke in terms of like pro cards compared to like the NPC and whatnot. I can see that because majority of people are going on steroids. They're going on steroids to get that IFBB Pro card. That's where it's like the most competitive. Almost like, kind of like the opposite with powerlifting, where Powerlifting America, IPF, so competitive, especially in the tested league versus like untested. Yeah, you get those freaks out there that are breaking the all-time world records, but on a competitive standpoint, it's just not there anymore. Sorry to say it, but just like, you have the top people. You have John Hack, who's staying number one forever until the man dies, and then you got Death Grip Derek, Jamal Browner, Dan Grigsby. You got like those people who they're just staying at the top. There's nobody who comes in and just like dethrones John Hack's dots or any of that. But in the IPF, there is that. But I don't know, maybe that would be kind of a cool journey. I don't know if I would want to push it to that extent, though. But Sawyer Klatt, natural IFBB pro, doesn't train bodybuilding, only a power lifter, gets his pro card. Sounds kind of cool. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you guys would be wanting to see that. I don't think I will do that, but who knows, right? Never say never. Never say never. Never say never. All right, I'm going to go. Enough yapping. I got in and out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm posting more frequently. I'm trying super hard to post on Mondays, Saturdays and Sundays, those are my most important days, it looks like, on the YouTube analytics. But I'm going to also try to just post whenever I want. So pay attention, follow me on Instagram. I post it on my story whenever I post a video. But click on the bell, click subscribe. We want to get to 50K. We're so close. We're probably like 800 subscribers. I really want to get to 50K. And when we do, I'm going to do like a 50K, like when a video, you know, celebrating it. Because I've been doing YouTube for a while. I've been posting. I have like over 400 plus videos. I have been posting around since I was like 15 or 16 years old, fitness YouTube videos. When I hit 50K, I'm going to be the most excited person. I'm going to do a $1,000 giveaway. Maybe I'll do like also, I'll ask maybe Gymshark or Gorilla if they want to get on this. Maybe we'll do some gift cards. So you guys feel like you can get something out of it, because even though you support me, you guys use my codes, you guys watch my videos, I want to be able to give back. That's why I want to do the $1,000 giveaway. Let me know in the comments too if you guys want to see the $1,000 giveaway when I hit 50K, $1,000, or if we should split it up where it's like more people can get it. I don't know which one would be better. And I'll also probably do a poll on my Instagram. But yes, thank you for watching. Comment, it really helps it out. Yeah, I love you guys. Sawyer, Klatt, we're gonna make it. I'm not gonna be underrated anymore. I'm gonna succeed in this YouTube journey because I'm just fucking motivated. I want it. I want to be like, I just want to grow, you know. And we're gonna grow. You're gonna see this progress. You guys are gonna be able to come back to these YouTube videos, and hopefully in the future you guys can be like, man, I wish Sawyer was posting like he used to. And it's not saying I'm not gonna like keep posting the content that I am, but it's gonna be one of those things where you're watching this video, and because you're watching it at this time, and we're going to get older, we're going to have this like nostalgia feeling of being able to watch this video again. Just like how when I was 17, I can watch it and have this like nostalgic video feeling. And if you guys watched it when I was 17, around that time, it gets this nostalgic feeling. That is the goal, like where I'm going to just keep progressing, and it's going to be like, man, and I want you to be part of this journey. I want you guys to be, you know, with me when I hit my 50K and then hopefully 100K on YouTube and do a bunch of fun stuff and crazy things. And I'm motivated more than ever because it's like, I'm 23, I'm young, I'm handsome right now, I'm not fat, and I'm strong. I just wanna do so much. So thank you guys for watching. I love you so much. I'm gonna eat this burger, I'm gonna enjoy it, and thank you for supporting me. Mwah!